I probably should have gone straight home after playing the concert, but a group of my college friends and I decided to get a pizza before we broke up that night. We were still riding pretty high. By the time we finished, the snow had begun to fall in earnest. I got on the interstate. I had not gone very far before I realized that it was probably a mistake, but I didn't know what else to do. And so I kept going. And then the world went white. I couldn't see a thing. When the snow cleared, I was looking at one of those reflector poles along the side of the road. It was dead center in front of me. I hit it and came to a stop, buried in the snow, almost up to the windshields. What to do? I wasn't really sure where I was. It was in the days before cell phones. I was stranded in a blizzard. Dressed for a concert, hardly the stuff to hike. And how dangerous would it have been to try to negotiate back the road if I knew which way was quickest to a house? I got out of the car to survey my situation. And it was then that I saw it in the distance, a light. It didn't look that far. I thought I could make it. I locked the car and began to run. At some point, I crossed a stream, did wonders for my cold, but eventually I came to the source of the light. It was a second-story window in a farmhouse. I frantically knocked on the door. A husband came to the door with his wife right behind him, and two teenage children not too far behind them. I explained my situation. They readily brought me in. They said, "You're going nowhere tonight. You can sleep in the den. We'll stoke a fire for you." And with that, they got me a cup of hot tea and some clean, warm socks, and made a bed on the couch with a roaring fire. And it was there I bedded down for the night, with a German Shepherd keeping watch over me. The next morning, as we sat at breakfast, the mother was explaining how unusual it was that there would have been a light on in the house at that night. It seems that the teenage daughter had decided to sneak read, and so her bedroom light was on. Otherwise, it would have been dark, and I would never have found the house. It is only now that I realize how dangerous that night was, and how I probably could have lost my life were it not for that light. One small light shining in the darkness. Sometimes that's all it takes. One shining light in the midst of the darkness. We are surrounded these days by so much darkness. We look for hope. We look for that light to guide us, a star to lead us to redemption and new life. In our baptismal liturgy, we conclude with the lighting of a baptismal candle and these words: "Let your light so shine before others, that they may see in you the very glory and grace of God." A light shining in the darkness. And the promise is the darkness will not overcome it, no matter how dark it seems. A single light. I invite you this year to be that light, that others may see what you have seen. Do you see what I see? A star, dancing in the night. It will bring us goodness and light. It will bring us goodness and light.